Everybody, we're here. Very rain. It was a very strong rain. We're hiding here for the rain, and it's cats and dogs. And I wanted to tell you something that I thought was very important to clarify. We were disgusting people, discussing people. Some people are disgusting people. So about Chris Watts, I have something very important, an insight that came up to me from dealing with my neighbor. This is not my neighbor. This is dealing with a cat and dog situation, and I got caught in the leash on my finger. So got in between. So this is how it goes. This is my reason for saying it is the talk about monsters and evil people and devils, and I myself have one video. Chris Watts is a monster. I think so. You ask yourself, why should we understand monstrosity such as murdering pregnant women and children? Why should we? The reason being is because that's the key to understanding human beings, and it's an extreme behavior, but that behavior has lower levels. So the extreme behavior allows us to understand what's really going on inside of people in general. It's a key to psychology, is learning the extreme cases sometimes. So what makes a person become a killer? And what makes people cover up for a killer? Which is where we are now, because the killer has confessed, and then there are people covering up for him. Whether it's lawyers, whether it's family members, why would anybody cover up somebody's violent behavior? So that leads me to my own personal story about a neighbor. He's a very helpful guy, nice guy, looks like Chris Watts, attractive, pepper gray hair, very pleasant looking guy, always hello, good morning, mild-mannered, as the Superman say, mild-mannered. And then one morning, he began to snap and he began to pound on my door with his fists and scream because the dogs are barking. And then every time I have to leave early in the morning for work, he's doing this. Now, after this happened, I came home and I was screaming with pain, and dogs were wild because dogs react to our behavior. Dogs were barking, I was crying, and then he bangs on my door, but in a really vicious way, and screaming at me. And I was really scared, so I called the police, and then later on I made a complaint. And the reason being is that once a person starts to lose control over their behavior, it doesn't go back. I already said it in the previous film. And let us understand now, why does this happen? By understanding development of behavior, human development. I remember my yoga teacher, my dear yoga teacher, telling us that children are very selfish. And I was, no, they're so cute. I love children. They're so adorable. And kindergarten kids are so sweet. Yes, but you know what? I have to admit, it's true. Children are very, very demanding, which is why it's very difficult to work with them. And you need to be super, super patient and a very special human being to work with them. And unfortunately, the people who work with kids are not always, don't always have patience. Having said that, a baby is born extremely, extremely selfish. It doesn't see anybody else, just cries, me. You've all seen that in human beings that are grown up. The ones who are standing in front of you in line, the ones who are inconsiderate, the ones who are me, only I exist. And they have no consideration for anyone else, and they only think about their needs. And I'm talking about men and women. Now, when we get a good education, and depends on the society in which we're raised as well, we learn to be considerate of other human beings and say sorry and mean it, not just artificial sorry and shove, but really care about other human beings around us. So that's part of his education, part of it is genetic, because you probably know people, if you have children, Children are really different. Some of them love to help. You don't have to say anything to them. They love to help. And some of them, you teach them to help and they'll do it, but they don't like to do it. They don't like to help. And they're very focused on their needs. So the job of a parent and educator is, when you see a pattern of selfishness in a child, is to encourage them to be more social aware. And that's, as Hillary Clinton said, it takes a whole village to raise a child. So it's the parents, and it's the teachers, and it's society. Unfortunately, I don't want to generalize completely, but capitalist society, the good thing about communist society, and probably maybe the only good thing, is that they are taught to look out for other people, that they're part of a society. It's very much about society like a beehive. Problem with capitalist society, it's very me-oriented, very competitive. It's how much money I can accumulate from me and my family. And it becomes, the family unit becomes sort of like a big ego, like us against others. It's us against the others, competing with the Joneses. It's us. And then sometimes it's still me. So what happened with Chris Watts, I believe, is that he's still in this stage where it's me, me, me. So how do you deal with the fact that you need to get people off your back and you need to live in a society? How do you deal with that? By lying. This is what children also do. You ask a child something, did you do this? No, I didn't do that. Or cover up. They cover up their tracks. Now, he's notorious for covering up, and the woman who dated him in June while his wife was visiting her family, he hit on a colleague at work, told her he's divorced, almost divorced, all kinds of lies. So he's not a monster. He has a developmental problem and a personality problem. And his family supporting him is part of the problem. Peace, light, and love.